I'm Chris Foster. Fox News. During a phone call with President Trump, Russia's President Putin agrees to a specific limited ceasefire with Ukraine if Ukraine agrees to stop attacks on Russian oil and gas facilities.
President Trump says he and Russian President Vladimir Putin agreed to an immediate ceasefire on strikes against energy and infrastructure targets, with more negotiations on a broader ceasefire and peace deal underway.
Talked about a lot of things and toward getting it to peace, and we talked about other things also.
The president, on the Ingram angle, said the call lasted nearly 2 hours, describing it as great. The limited ceasefire agreement falls short of a 30-day pause in fighting proposed by the U.S. and agreed to by Ukraine. The Kremlin says Putin also reiterated his demand for all U.S. and Western-backed military and intelligence aid to Ukraine be stopped. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
At least 13 people are reported killed in Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, a day after more than 400 are reported killed in the resumption of strikes after a 2-month ceasefire.
The Israeli military says it conducted a strike on Hamas in northern Gaza overnight. We're told preparations were being made to fire projectiles at Israeli territory. The Israeli Navy also hit several vessels off Gaza's coast. According to the Israel Defense Forces, Hamas and Islamic Jihad intended to use these boats for terrorist activities. Meanwhile, 3 released hostages have issued statements calling on the Israeli government to stop fighting and negotiate. They say military action endangers the lives of hostages. The Israeli government accuses Hamas of refusing offers to extend the truce. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
The Department of Government Efficiency's dismantling of the main U.S. international aid agency, USAID, is put on hold by a federal judge in Maryland, calling it likely unconstitutional. A federal judge in D.C. blocks the Trump administration from canceling research grants awarded by President Biden. America's listening to Fox News.
Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
I'm Ben Domenech, Fox News contributor and editor of the Transom.com daily newsletter, and I'm inviting you to join a conversation every week with the smartest thinkers out there about the issues Americans face and where we're going as a nation. This show will feature deep dive interviews with newsmakers and some of your favorite Fox News analysts. I hope you'll join me as we dive into the fray. It's the Ben Domenech Podcast.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download podcasts.
After several down years, military leaders tell senators recruiting's on the upswing.
General James Mingus is the Vice Chief of Staff for the U.S. Army.
The Army exceeded its goal in FY24 with over 55,000 new soldiers, and we're targeting 61,000 this year.
Marines Assistant Commandant General James Mahoney testified his branch is seeing similar results, and the credit goes to the actual recruiters for
making mission without lowering standards, which is something we will never do.
The Vice Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral James Kilby, spoke about the type of individual the military is looking for.
Americans who can innovate, solve hard problems, and dominate in combat.
President Trump said during his address to Congress that the recent recruiting results are among the best ever. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore are readjusting to gravity after 9 months on the International Space Station and a successful splashdown off the Florida coast. It was supposed to be an 8-day stay. The Boeing Starliner craft they flew up in, NASA felt, was not safe enough for the return trip. This trip was inside a SpaceX Dragon capsule. CEO Elon Musk on Fox.
I think we've gotten, at this point, to where the vehicle is very reliable, and we are going to be able to take astronauts to Mars. In fact, we want to take anyone who goes to Mars and ultimately build a self-sustaining civilization on Mars. That is the long-term goal of the company.
Former NASA Administrator Bill Nelson denies Musk's claim that the Biden administration refused an offer to bring those astronauts home earlier. A decision on interest rates is announced at 2 p.m. Eastern.
The central bank is largely expected to hold interest rates steady at a range of 4.25% to 4.5% amid uncertainty over the economy. Inflation still remains stubbornly high and above the Fed's target of 2%. But at the same time, the labor market remains relatively stable.
That's Hillary Barsky. I'm Chris Foster. Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. An effort to amend the Tennessee Constitution to allow judges to deny bail to some criminal defendants continues to advance through the General Assembly. The state Senate has given final sign-off to add the amendment to the 2026 gubernatorial ballot for a full public vote. That amendment would give Tennessee judges the ability to deny pretrial bail release to defendants charged with certain serious crimes like terrorism, second-degree murder, and rape. Forest Hill liquidation is coming to Cookeville soon. The Upper Cumberland Business Journal reports that the liquidation store will open in the old Bargain Hunt building at 560 South Jefferson Avenue. After nearly 300 days in orbit, the astronauts who flew on Boeing's Starliner for its first crewed mission have returned home. Sunita Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore splashed down off the Florida coast Tuesday evening. The landing concluded a longer than expected mission for Williams and Wilmore, caused by technical issues that prevented them from returning on the Starliner. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06. Today is Wednesday. It's the 19th of March. Happy Wednesday, Sheila.
Happy Wednesday, Jason.
So great to see you.
It's so great to see you.
And I was
Good
excited
morning.
when you got here.
He was like, Sheila, you're here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I usually am every
It's going to
morning.
be a great dang Wednesday.
70 will be our high. We're at
See?
51 right now.
See?
But it will be windy today. It's going to be
See?
very
Be a
windy.
great day to go fly a kite, wouldn't it?
Woo, that kite might fly away.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Got to hold that kite tight.
Uh,
I liked kites when I was growing up.
A few things you need to know. It was so cool yesterday watching Butch
Yes.
get back down to earth and the splashdown. And man, how are they able to send something from space and tell you within 3 or 4 minutes of when it will be splashing down? I mean, Google Maps can't even do that.
Google Maps can't do it. But let me tell you who was excited.
Who?
The Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
Not the football team.
Wasn't that cool?
They splashed down in the ocean in their little pod, and then a pod of dolphins came and checked it out. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. And here's the thing, and I'm not blowing you up on this, Sheila, because you're not the only one. But here they come back down to earth, and that's when everybody decided to call me back from the day. I was like, why are y'all not watching this unbelievably historic event?
So, in other words, you set it up saying I was the one that called you?
No, you did call during that, but I just didn't answer. But then
He didn't answer.
So did everybody else that I had tried to call. It's like they waited and waited and waited, and then all of a sudden, oh, I should call Jason back. Like, can't you see I'm watching my boy Butch land on Earth?
And we were worried about him. We have been worried about Butch and Sonny too. I thought her name was Suni, but they've been calling her Sonny.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
But I mean, yeah, I'm glad she's okay. But Butch, I mean, he's the Tennessee Tech graduate.
Right.
I've met him.
I was so glad.
I've interviewed him.
When he got back, and it was so cool to watch. And I tell you something else I like. The two ladies talking back and forth. That's one's NASA and one's SpaceX.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job.
They did. It was very interesting.
They relayed everything that was happening so well. It was just everything about that was really neat. So I hope if you didn't get to see it, it's all over online.
yeah.
So I guess I could have answered you and watched it later, but
Why do that?
I wanted to watch it live.
Nothing can be as important as that.
Not at that particular time in life.
Well, I want to say congratulations to Upperman's Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
He was named Class 3A Mr. Basketball, and then Cade Camps and Jacob Amanette named runners-up. But Ty Cobb, what a great athlete.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if he won it again next year.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
That good.
If he's a two-time winner. White County Middle School, congratulations. First place in the National Archery Contest. They'll take a couple of weeks off, and then they'll get practicing again to go to Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. So congratulations to the White County Middle School archery team. That's pretty neat.
Well, it looks like there's going to be a petition to get Dolly's name over the BNA Nashville Airport.
Oh, the Dolly Parton International.
The Dolly Parton International Airport.
Do it.
They're wanting her to be one of the few women in the entire world who has an airport named after them. 100%. And I think they'll have no trouble getting people to sign that petition.
Well, if they don't do it, Knoxville ought to.
Isn't that true? Yeah. But I think that it will be the Dolly Parton International Airport before long.
They need to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pass it. Cookeville Regional Medical Center. I think we've talked about this before. You know, they have their Pet Buddy program.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of took a hit during COVID. And so now they're looking for more pet buddies. Now there's the dogs that are, trained and all that. What they're looking for is someone to go with the pet. So if the handler can't go or something like that, that's what I think that's what they're saying here is that they need people, or if you may have a certified dog that's, gone through all the training to be a support animal or whatever, I'm sure they'd love to talk to you too. And the person you talk to is Miss Cindy Maxwell.
All right.
And she runs the volunteer services over there. So if you've got a service dog or, maybe a dog is just really great, I think you still have to probably get certified, though.
Yeah, I think so, too.
But if you're interested in any of that, contact Miss Cindy at the hospital.
And she can tell you all about how to do that if you think your dog is special, which all dogs are special, but I mean special enough to be a therapy dog.
I think Reggie is the only dog that I could probably get to do that.
He might be too emotional.
He might be.
Because when he knows somebody's hurt, he wants to help them.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, to where he might whine.
Right. Or sometimes he loves too hard.
What's that, like just push it?
Well, if he gets real lovey-dovey, he likes to, he'll jump.
See, that's what that certification will teach him not to do.
Yeah, he doesn't mean to. He feels real bad after he does it. Feels terrible about it.
I love that dog. Speaking of dogs, you might find a great one at the White County Animal Shelter. Their adoption day is this coming Saturday, 10 to 1. They've got $25 adoption fees, and they have several different types of dogs there. It looks like they've got like border collies and German shepherds and little Staffordshire Terrier mixes and just a whole bunch of cute pictures.
All right.
So if they're cute in pictures, they're even better in person.
Yes.
They're dogs. But that's this Saturday, White County Animal Shelter, $25 adoption fee. It's meet and greet your new buddy.
Northeast, Sycamore Elementary, and Baxter Primary are all getting HVAC upgrades this summer.
Oh, that's great.
So if it's been hot or too cold or whatever, next year, it'll all be good. You'll be able to stay comfortable while you're in there doing your schoolwork, children.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That way you can quit your complaining.
Okay, have you got any more things you need?
No, I'm done with that. What's your 2 cents today?
Well, it's
brought to you by Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
That sounds like an old-timey announcer.
That's what I was trying to do.
I like it.
Yeah.
Who is a famous person? No politicians, because we could go down that road and everybody be fighting and arguing. Who's a famous person, barring politicians, you think has gone off the rails?
Woo. Well, I got to go with Kanye right now.
Kanye and Britney are my two.
Yeah. I'm sure there's others.
Yep.
I think they're all off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, they're in their own little world in Hollywood, aren't they?
Some, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something good to think about there, Sheila.
Yeah, we'll find out what everybody else is saying after
All right,
the break.
your 2 cents coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Willow Window got their summer space available. Summer spaces, whatever you want to call it. You can get on their website, willowwindow.pro, and see what that's all about. But if you have a patio, deck, pool, or just a really nice yard that you'd like to make into a really great summer space to use all summer long, in fall, get ready for, you better start thinking about football season already.
Ooh, yeah.
'Cause that could be your football space too.
It could be your summer/fall space.
Right.
Because
it could be, your summer,
you can
fall.
have it covered, and then you can put a little heater in there, and you can use it for both.
Yeah. Absolutely, you
Open
could.
up the windows and enjoy your spring and summer, and then for fall, close them.
Get your football on.
Oh.
Go ahead and get on willowwindow.pro and schedule a one of these great professionals from Willow Window to come and look at your space and see what you want. Let them put together a plan for you. And the great thing about Willow Window is they don't contract anything out. It's their employees.
Right.
And so you're getting quality work done by quality people who show up on time. I mean, it's a whole lot better. Willowwindow.pro is their website. 6:17 now with Jason and Sheila. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. Have you ever really spent time planning for life after work? If not, you're not alone. For most, it's a scary thought. Making sense of investments, Social Security, Medicare. To make it worse, the advice people typically get is from salespeople or family members who got their information from salespeople. We are here to take the mystery and fear out of retirement. The next step is yours. Call 615-851-1950 or go to paulwinkler.com. That website is paulwinkler.com, creating confident investors.
And now located in Cookeville.
Living in Tennessee, I knew my child had many options for college, but I didn't realize the full support available until we discovered the University of Tennessee system. UT Promise, a scholarship for families earning under $75,000, was a game changer, ensuring my child could attend college without the burden of debt. After visiting UT's 5 campuses, I knew we'd found the perfect fit. Explore the same opportunities for your child at findyourut.com. 5 campuses, one just for you.
Maybe you don't think about the Tennessee Department of Correction unless you work here or know someone in our custody. It's not personal until it is. But we think about you. While you are sleeping, our officers are inside, behind the fence, supervising the men and women in our custody. It's not an easy job, but we are committed to making Tennessee a safer place to live and raise our families, because this is our home too, and it is personal to us.
Sponsored by Tennessee Department of Correction.
Laminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:20 now.
And your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond. They're located at 49 Mayberry Street. It's not west or east. It's just 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. And they are great people down there. Dana, the manager, just so happy when you all come in and say hi and check out the store. Your gun and ammo store. They've got jewelry and 4,000 DVDs. I think I said 40,000. It's 4,000 DVDs, but still a lot. Still a lot.
Whatever. Who's counting, right?
Oh, he texted me last night and he was like, "Now Sheila, it's not 40,000. It's 4,000." But hey,
That's odd for you to make a mistake like that.
he said, "But hey, you've always said you're not good at math."
No, that's true.
They're so much fun.
Maybe it was Monday.
Was it? No, yesterday was Tuesday.
I don't know. I was just trying to help.
It may have been Monday when
I
I
was just
said
trying
it.
to help with the excuses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your 2 cents. What or who is a famous person? Let's not go to politicians, but that you think has gone off the rails.
Blake Lively.
Yes, that's a good one.
Gone off the rails.
We didn't want to believe it for a long time, and then everybody else starts coming out.
Right. Everybody was
We're like, well, maybe she has gone off the rails.
So I mean, I don't know. Just as far as reports go, is all I'm saying.
Well, Tana says Whoopi, Goldberg, and Rosie.
Yeah.
So is everybody on The View?
Yeah.
Or it has been on The View?
Man, listen.
I think The View, after a while, if you're not a little crazy, it drives you crazy.
I think Barbara Walters was the only thing keeping that normal.
Right. And then after Barbara.
Straight to the ditch.
It was Barbara's idea. She started a good thing.
Yeah.
And then those girls, they messed it up.
It seems unwatchable now.
They talk over each other.
Yell and holler at each other, and they seem to be mad at everything.
Like girls.
And they're mad at everything.
Everything. And each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple of Whoopi Goldbergs in here.
Remember, she used to be funny.
I liked her better when she was funny.
And now she's not. Now she's just seems like a mean old lady.
Because she's sick of them other girls. They're driving her crazy.
Whoopi's, I think, the one driving everybody crazy.
You think?
I think it's her and Joy Behar the most.
I think it's more Joy than anybody.
Either way, the whole show's gone off the rails.
Well, Jim said he thinks Tom Cruise has. That was a while back, I think, when that happened.
Tom Cruise?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I know he's a good actor. We liked Maverick a lot.
Part of me thinks, yeah, he's gone off the rails. And then the other part of me is like, but I still will watch his movies.
Oh, his movies are great.
Like if Whoopi Goldberg
will I watch his
came out with-
interviews?
If Whoopi Goldberg came out with a movie, I wouldn't watch it. Like if Sisterhood or Sister Act.
Sister Act, she was great. That was when she was funny.
Or whatever came out.
And remember, she was in Ghost. She was good in that.
I probably wouldn't watch any of that now.
If Demi Moore had a movie, would you watch hers?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. He likes Demi. She was in Ghost. That's where
She hadn't seemed to go off the
She
rails.
went off the rails for a little bit when she was having trouble with her marriage to Ashton
Yeah, but
Kutcher, and then she got back on the track.
Right, yeah.
On the track. Johnny Ferguson said Miley Cyrus is one he thinks has gone off the rails.
Yeah, she has.
But she got back on track too, I think, didn't she?
A little bit. She's still.
You never know about Miley.
She's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's completely off the rails currently.
Yeah, she seems to have gotten back on track, but we're
Yeah.
just waiting to see.
I think Dolly talked to her a little bit.
Yeah, because Dolly was in Hannah Montana with her and played her
Right.
aunt,
Yeah,
and she calls her Aunt Dolly.
right.
So,
So I think Dolly got a hold of her and said, "Girl, listen."
girl, I know it's rough out there, but here's how you got to act.
But yeah,
Yeah.
be more like me."
Yes. What would Dolly do?
What would Dolly do?
Russell said Robert De Niro gone off the deep end.
Oh
so
yeah, he's out there in the street during the election hollering.
I'm like, Robert, just go make a movie.
Yeah,
I like your movies. That's another thing. This is what Tim, my husband, he goes, I like their movies. If you want me to watch the award show, just hush, accept your award and go on. Quit getting all up on your grandstanding.
yeah.
And I agree with him.
Hollywood's got to understand here soon that none of us care what they think. I mean,
We're actually out here in the real world.
I mean, look at that. You know, during the presidential campaign, the Harris Walls people, they brought out, it was a cavalcade.
Oh,
of
yeah.
celebrities,
Taylor Swift and all that.
and nobody cared.
Nobody went along.
Nobody cared. And I think that was a good lesson for them to learn.
But did they even learn it?
Why? I think some did, and then some are like, why didn't they care? I must do better about my stance. Well, no, that's why we don't care.
No, you just need to sing or act.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Just do real
what you
good
do
at that.
best. Keep
Yeah.
your day job. Dusty said Britney Spears gone off the rails.
She has.
I keep waiting for her to get back on those rails. She's so far off. Bless her.
Her little Instagram dances with her sword. Brittany.
I wish Dolly would talk to her.
Dolly needs to-
Because Brittany's talented.
yeah.
Oh, and in interviews I've seen Brittany on, she was actually better when she was a teenager on these interviews, sounding smarter than she does
I
now.
know. Poor thing.
It hurts my heart, really.
Yeah.
What does Hollywood and celebrity do to people?
A lot, apparently.
I mean,
Look what just being regionally famous has done to you.
it's rough.
It's rough.
It's rough.
Right.
Regionally famous. I'm not even regionally famous.
I can't even go to Food Lion anymore.
It's more Kroger. That's why that parking lot got bad. Everybody's trying to follow me in.
That's right.
That's what they've got. They've got, somebody said Ellen DeGeneres. So Whoopi takes the lead. And there's a lot of celebrities that are awkward.
That's great that Whoopi takes the lead. We've got, Kanye
and
Britney
Britney.
Spears out there just being completely nuts. And it's Whoopi.
Yeah, Whoopi off the rails.
It's because she's hollering at people. She's just
Say Brittany's not hollering. She's just doing her little dancing.
right, which I'd watch that.
Well, that's why she likes it when you watch it.
I watch that. But I can't watch a second of The View.
I mean, this world.
Now, I also don't mean that The View needs to be scantily clad,
No.
dancing, or have swords.
Right. No, Brittany don't even need swords.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm more inclined to watch Brittany dance with the sword.
because she's more positive about it. She's not yelling at you.
Seems happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's happy with her little dancing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. If you have something to add to that, we'd love to hear from you.
Who is a famous person you think has gone off the rails?
All you got to do is head over to Facebook, search for 1077 and 1400 The Hub on Facebook, or Good Morning Cookeville. I would love for you to go like that page as well. It's 6:29. Got spoiler alert coming up next, the latest in the world of entertainment music. So I think there's some news of people going off the rail on that.
Really?
I believe so, best I remember.
Stick around. We'll find out who else has gone off the
It
rails.
was a long time ago that I looked at it, but we'll do that next here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. An effort to amend the Tennessee Constitution to allow judges to deny bail to some criminal defendants continues to advance through the General Assembly. The state Senate has given final sign-off to add the amendment to the 2026 gubernatorial ballot for a full public vote. The amendment would give Tennessee judges the ability to deny pretrial bail release to defendants charged with certain serious crimes like terrorism, second-degree murder, and rape. After nearly 300 days in orbit, the astronauts who flew on Boeing's Starliner for its first crewed mission have returned home. Sunita Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore splashed down off the Florida coast Tuesday evening in a SpaceX Dragon capsule. The landing concluded a longer than expected mission for Williams and Wilmore, caused by technical issues that prevented them from returning on the Starliner. Wilmore is a Tennessee Tech alumnus. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. Upperman basketball sophomore Ty Cobb was named the 3A Mr. Basketball Award winner last night at MTSU. Cobb won the award over Cade Capps from Stone Memorial and Trey Thompson from Greenville. Jacob Amonette finished as runner-up for Mr. Basketball in the 1A classification from Pickett County High School. The NCAA tournament first four games got underway last night with Alabama State winning their first ever tourney game in the final seconds, beating St. Francis 70-68. North Carolina blew out San Diego State in the second game. Alabama State will play Auburn while UNC moves on to play Ole Miss. The Indiana Hoosiers named their new head coach yesterday. Former Drake headman and West Virginia coach this past year, Darian DeVries, will take over the program in Bloomington. Mike Woodson announced he was retiring from coaching earlier this year. DeVries went 19-13 this past season with West Virginia and were controversially left out of the NCAA tournament. Join us today for a high school basketball broadcast as the Pickett County Bobcats take on Hillcrest in the 1A state quarterfinals in Murfreesboro. Our coverage will get started around 12:35 with tip-off scheduled for 12:45 at the Glass House with myself, Casey Bolden, and Jack Bolden on the call. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
NVIDIA is up in the pre-market after CEO Jensen Huang announced a more powerful version of its Blackwell AI chips, 2 AI desktop computers, an expanded autonomous driving partnership with General Motors, and new AI models for robots. This coming at the chipmaker's annual AI GTC conference yesterday. Earnings come out from General Mills, Williams-Sonoma, Five Below, and Signet Jewelers, and a filmmaker's been charged with stealing $11 million from Netflix over a show that never aired. Carl Eric Rinch was set to make a series called White Horse, but federal prosecutors allege he instead spent millions allotted for the show on Rolls-Royces, legal fees, and watches. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Something amazing is happening in video conferencing. People are showing up in big ways. That's because CDW is building collaborative and connected video and audio environments with HP Poly. With Noise Block AI to silence distractions and group framing to highlight speakers, everyone on your team gets to shine. Make amazing happen. HP Poly and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/poly.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. A wind advisory is in effect for today. Temperatures will be warm with highs this afternoon climbing into the lower 70s under a partly sunny sky. Showers and storms will move through this evening. The threat of severe weather is low, but we could see some gusty winds.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:35 now.
And like the RAM is happening, and that's remote area medical clinic, and that will be going on, I think, next weekend. And we're going to talk to Sarah Bashara. If I'm pronouncing that right, but she is with Tennessee Tech. They're the ones that put on the remote area medical clinic.
Bashara.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably not.
Casera. Is that what you're talking
that's
about?
it. That's
Lisa and the Cult Jam back from the 80s. But anyway.
Back in the day. All right. It's spoiler alert time. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. Here we go. Peacock is developing a scripted series titled The W, which will be set inside the WNBA and star real players. The show will be produced by Glow Creators, which is the women wrestling.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Liz Lahive and Carly Minch, who does that.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Syndicated entertainment news series Extra will return for its 32nd season next fall.
Wow.
But host Billy Bush has yet to renew his contract. Didn't even know that Billy Bush was still doing it.
Yeah.
After all these years.
So I wonder why he don't want to renew.
Well, it may be just tired.
Time to retire, huh?
Yeah, he's probably getting up there in age.
I don't think he's that old.
I don't know how old he is.
Me either.
I bet he's at least our age or older.
I think he's younger than us.
Billy Bush?
Yeah.
No.
Am I going to have to look this up now?
Yes, of course.
Hi, Billy Bush.
Moana 2 has drawn 27.3 million views in its first 5 days of release on Disney Plus, making it the third most successful Disney animation theatrical film to hit the platform.
He's 53, Billy Bush.
Told you he's our age or maybe a little older. Well, a little older than me anyway.
A year.
The critically acclaimed Bob Dylan biopic,
Yep.
Complete Unknown, will begin streaming March 27th on Hulu.
I've been waiting on that.
I've been waiting on it, but I've been wanting to see it.
See?
I'm not a big Bob Dylan guy.
Well, I like his writing better than I like his singing. Let's say that.
Yeah.
But he's led an interesting life.
I never liked him, and I never liked...
the Beatles.
Well, the Beatles are right, but Neil Young, I've never liked Neil Young either.
Is it because a Southern man will remember they don't need him around anyhow?
Yeah.
Some of y'all will get that. Russell.
Let's see here. The attorneys for Diddy have a little more work with his federal RICO case. The names of 3 of his alleged victims have come out. Earlier this month, a judge in New York ordered federal prosecutors to turn over the names, but for the lawyers' eyes only. Diddy's legal team had argued that with his trial slated to begin in less than 2 months, they need as much information as they can get. One of the victims is believed to be his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. That's the one, if you've seen the video of him in the hotel, beating her and awful stuff. At least that's who they think one of them is. They also think the other 2 are exes as well. So I guess we'll find out about that.
Would that be J-Lo? Because remember, she dated him.
I have no idea.
She's kept quiet on all this.
Yeah, about all of it.
Yeah.
Except for when she went on that date with Kevin Costner.
J-Lo went out with Kevin Costner?
Yeah, we reported on that.
I
Remember?
was thinking Jewel.
Well, Jewel and then J-Lo.
But we didn't ever confirm that they actually went out.
Well, we didn't confirm any of it, Sheila. We're not in Los Angeles or got TMZ reported it.
I thought when we say it, it is true.
No.
Here in little Cookeville, Tennessee, we keep up with it all.
Dozens of stars are inducted onto the Hollywood Walk of Fame every year, but the ceremonies aren't usually as exciting as Gal Gadot's or Gadot's.
Yeah.
Was
the Wonder Woman, the new Wonder Woman.
Just as the ceremony was set to get underway, dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters descended on Hollywood Boulevard. They were upset that an Israeli actress was being honored as the conflict in Gaza rages on.
That's what I'm talking about. No political stuff in the acting.
They chanted all kinds of different stuff. Didn't have nothing to do with Gail.
Didn't even hate her. They just didn't like because she was Israeli.
Yes. Amid the disruption, the ceremony got going about 15 minutes late. You can still hear the chants going on in the background. Wonder Woman, Vin Diesel, and Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins and others chose not to acknowledge the shouts.
Very good.
That's the only way you can do it.
Mm-hmm. If you acknowledge and get into it with them, it just gets more fiery.
I mean, she's just an actress. She got nothing to do with any of that. Didn't do nothing. My goodness. Gwyneth Paltrow is robbing the cradle, at least on screen.
Okay.
She says that she and Timothy Chalamet.
That Timothy Chalamet gets around.
They have a lot of sex in the upcoming movie Marty Supreme.
I haven't even heard of this movie.
Gwyneth tells Vanity Fair, this is her saying this, I mean, we have a lot of sex in this movie. There's a lot.
Timothy Chalamet, now he's in his 20s, but he looks like he's 12.
She also says she didn't really bother with the intimacy coordinator on set.
What does that mean? I didn't bother with the intimacy coordinator? I don't even understand this.
My first thought was like, your high school PE coach with like the stretchy bike shorts on going, come on, son, you can do it. Get in there, show her that intimacy.
Oh, that's all weird to me.
She asked if she was comfortable with a certain move.
Oh, my.
Gwyneth said, girl, I'm from an era where you get naked, you get in bed, the cameras are on.
Gwyneth?
Marty Supreme is based on a true story of ping pong champion Marty Reisman, and who married and a older married woman who he had an affair with.
So it's like a updated version of Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, so Timothy Chalamet is Marty, the
ping
pong guy, and Gwyneth Paltrow is the older lady.
You think?
I just putting it out there so everybody know.
I think she's thinking more people will watch it if she talks about how many times they get intimate.
Right, but I mean, if you knew ping pong could get you a Gwyneth Paltrow.
Who knew?
There'd be a lot more ping pong players.
I didn't know it was like that sexy of a game.
Me neither.
Ping pong.
I guess anything with a paddle. You know what I mean, Sheila?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. So there's that movie to look forward to. Marty Supreme. we've told you now. So when he comes out,
Just like, oh, I didn't know. I had the whole family sitting around.
come on,
No,
kids, let's go watch that ping pong movie.
no, don't do it.
And then you'd be like, oh Lord, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Lord, Mrs. Robinson.
I am wondering what the move is, though. What she can do that move. What? I'm very curious.
You're gonna watch it. Just fun it. Now, is that the move?
I'm very
Maybe
curious.
It's that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take inventory of the moves.
I'm sure it's on the ping pong table.
Ooh.
Oh,
Of course
stop.
it is.
Let's stop talking about
Of
this.
course it is, Sheila. Coming up, the real good couple of stories that are positive and uplifting. Also, round 3 of Ask Sheila for this week. 4 right for the week. So doing pretty good. We'll get into that a little bit later here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Hang out, guys. We'll be right back.
Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, as we study through the gospel of Matthew right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve him and serve others.
You've prolonged it enough. 1 year quickly turned into 2, 2 years into 10, and now you've lost track of how long it's been since you've seen the dentist.
A trip to the dental office can be a scary thing for many people, but there is help. Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Hayes.
And I'm Dr. Kevin Hayes. At Hayes Family Dentistry, we're changing the way people think about going to the dentist. We use the latest advancements in dental technology, including sedation dentistry, which offers hope to people who fear going to the dentist, or patients who need to have a lot of dental work done in just fewer appointments.
With one little peel, you'll ease into a state of relaxation, and all of your fears will melt away, allowing us to correct years of dental problems, often in just one visit.
For more information, call us at Hayes Family Dentistry, 931-526-1614. That's 931-526-1614, or visit hayesdentistry.com and find out how easy it is to have the smile you've always wanted.
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk, Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at the Livingston Central Park. The race is supporting Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable homes and strengthen communities. So lace up and join the fun Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at Livingston Central Park for Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk. To register, visit uchabitat.org.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you use insulin or have had hypoglycemic events, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-513-1652. 800-513-1652. 800-513-1652. That's 800-513-1652.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time. Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, Exceptional Bean, Royal House of Cheese. Go to halfpriceuppercumberland.com. Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges. At the Bob Woodward Foundation, we invest in solutions to help support them in the next chapter of their lives. Learn more about our work at bobwoodwardfoundation.org/success.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window studio. It's 6:48 now.
It's 50 right now. Feels more like 50. No, excuse me. It feels more like 42 because of the wind. Gonna get a high around 70 today. We're gonna get it.
Get it. Every day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting, and we call it the real good. 81-year-old Mary Cooper was sorting through her late mother's belongings in New Jersey when she made a delightful discovery.
Delightful.
Mixed in her mom's stuff was a library book called homemade toys for girls and boys.
How cute.
Her grandfather had checked it out in 1926. Mary decided it was finally time, nearly a century later, to return the book to the Ocean County Library. 99 years late. Sherry Telesero, the library spokesperson, said everyone was thrilled to see the book returned, and the timing was perfect because the library is celebrating their 100th anniversary. So old Dad went in right after the library got open, got him a book, and was like, "See ya. I'll never be back."
Never be back. That sounds like something you do.
And while the library is now fine-free, they joke that the late fees would have been around $18,000.
18,000.
After returning the book, Mary was invited to place the book in a locked glass case in the archives section for library visitors to see. So
look at this. It racked up $18,000 worth of charges.
Yeah,
but somebody was honest in the
Right.
long run.
Another real good story. 69-year-old Tom Kelsey is on an epic journey. He's walking 1,000 miles across England to raise money for charity. As he walked,
I would walk 10,000 miles. Remember that song?
I thought it was 5,000.
Well, I added it.
500.
Yeah, it's 500, but I added it to this.
Right. As he walks along the Welsh border through Liverpool and across the Pennies.
Ooh, panaise. I'm hungry.
What is that?
That's a sandwich.
Tom will be, well, he's not walking across sandwiches.
No.
Tom will be wild camping along the way. He's got his tent and bare essentials in a 30-pound pack and hopes to cover 15 miles a day. His goal is to raise $13,000 for Well Child. It's a charity that supports seriously ill kids.
Oh, good for him.
Tom also expects to raise awareness about the cause each day as well. He says, people have seen me out and about and ask what I'm doing, and that's a chance to raise the profile. He said, I'll be thinking about the kids while I'm doing it.
I like him.
That'd be cool. It'd be neat
Good guy.
It'd be neat to walk, and see everything along the way.
Mm-hmm. And then talk with people.
Except for all the walking.
Yeah, I'd like to meet the people, but not all the walking.
When I get old like that, I'm gonna.
You're going to sit down at Hardee's or Bojangles or
I
something
might
like
golf cart 15 miles a day.
Golf cart. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah, and my wild camp, the wildest I'll get is La Quinta.
Is it La Quinta or La Quinta? I don't know how to say it.
I don't know either, but that'd be about the wildest I'd go.
But you're camping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a golf cart, in a hotel.
At La Quinta.
Yeah.
Great job to 81-year-old Mary Cooper returning that library book after 100 years, and Tom Kelsey on his 1,000-mile walk across England. Y'all are real good. All right, Miss Sheila Scruggs. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
I think today is just about average Americans.
Average Americans. Well, I am one of those, so maybe I'll get some.
Well, normally those are hard because average Americans are all over the place.
We don't have a set thing we all do we?
All right, Sheila, here comes question one.
All right, I'm ready. Let's
of
go.
round 3 of Ask Sheila. The average American does this 13.2 times a year. What is it?
13.2 times a year.
I do it almost 0 times a year, if that helps.
Pedicure. Get a pedicure.
Well, that would be true, but that's not it.
That was a good guess.
Yeah.
'Cause you said you never.
I've got one once.
He's ticklish.
Yeah. I got
Is that
one.
why?
Yeah. I got one once, and I couldn't hardly take it.
I bet my husband would be worse.
Well, that and then all the girls there.
Yeah.
They were Asian.
They
And
were talking about you.
I know they were. I know they were because I was there going,
Theory. And they were like laughing at you.
They had to be laughing at me. That's what it had to.
You know you were silly.
I'm
ticklish.
I felt bad because I'd seen people shoe a horse, and they can't keep their foot still. It's hard.
Right. So you were trying to keep your foot still, and it made it worse.
Right. I was trying to be a good pony.
You were acting up though.
Didn't work. Now when they did the manicure,
Yeah.
that wasn't bad.
Well, you're not ticklish on your fingers,
I'm not finger ticklish at all.
but you're toe ticklish.
Woo. All right, so
I didn't give an answer.
no, you give an answer.
I gave an answer, but not
that
the
wasn't
answer.
right. Yeah.
I don't have another one. Go ahead and tell me.
Washes their car.
You don't do this? Do you go through a wash?
No,
I didn't know this about you.
that's a lot of time.
I didn't, well, I didn't notice.
Right. See, no one really cares.
Some do.
All right, Sheila.
All right.
If
Second
you're-
one.
If you're an average American adult, you'll do this 5 times this year. What is it?
Average
I
American.
can tell you this. I don't do it. I don't do it. But sometimes Donna likes for me to do it with her.
Oh. First it's ping pong. Now it's this.
We're not talking about that.
Go to the movies.
You got it, Sheila. Let's go to the movies.
I know about you and Donna.
I can't hardly stand to sit there that long. In these movies, they've gotten so long.
Yeah.
Like we care about.
It used to be like an hour and a half. Now they're 2 hours, 15 minutes and things like that. And I'm like, what?
Listen,
I need to be at home where I can pause it if I have to go to the potty.
they got the whole story of Caddyshack in like an hour and a half.
Right. And one of the best movies of all time.
One of the best movies of all time.
You know who I think started doing that? That Cameron dude that did Titanic.
Yeah.
James Cameron.
Right.
He started having the movies be extra long, and then they win awards.
Right.
And then everybody said, well, James Cameron made it longer. I think we'll start.
Yeah. And
Then Martin Scorsese fell in line with it. And then now we just can't get over. It's got to be over 2 hours or it doesn't even get nominated for an Oscar.
And then that Titanic had one of the worst endings of all movies.
Everybody thinks Rose killed.
Well, she
killed him.
certainly didn't help. Didn't even try. Didn't even try.
Until after he's dead, and then she blew a whistle.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. It leaves bad memories.
Terrible. I don't like her or Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka.
That Grandpa Joe.
Well, he made.
Oh, I'm sick the whole movie.
Yeah. Oh, you got a golden ticket to go to the
Let's
candy.
get up and dance around.
Yeah. You've been in bed this whole time.
Not worth nothing.
With a single mama out there washing clothes for a living.
Working her little butt off and her little fingers to the bone.
Y'all laid up in that bed. Grandpa Joe obviously could work.
Yeah. Oh, we got more questions.
All right. So yeah, go to a movie. So Sheila got
I
that
got one right.
Congratulations. You're up
Thank
to
you.
5. Again, these are all about average American.
Okay.
All right. Last question here. This is question number 3 here. A recent survey extrapolated that for an entire year,
Ooh, a big word.
76 million Americans didn't do this even once. And I'm in there. I'm one of the 76 million people.
Shave.
Oh, of course I've shaved.
You say you try to grow a beard.
Not in a month, but I've shaved.
I wouldn't be saying it's been a whole month. I mean, folks would have a whole beard by then.
And almost a whole month since Super Bowl.
Tim, my husband, would have a whole full beard.
Well, I got a lot more American Indian than me.
But I don't know. Y'all are cousins.
We're cousins, but I got a great grandma.
Yeah.
Great. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask.
So most Americans haven't done this within a year.
Yeah. And I'm one of the 76 million who haven't done it.
Go to a concert.
Sheila, I've been to a concert.
No. Well, I guess you have within a year.
Hurry.
I don't know.
Read a book.
I wouldn't have got that.
Hang out with us, guys. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.
Oswald still did it. I'm Chris Foster of Fox News. More formally classified files related to President John F. Kennedy Jr.'s assassination are now public. There are some new tidbits to sift through, but no bombshells suggesting a shooter other than Lee Harvey Oswald in Dallas, November 22nd, 1963.
The files can now be accessed on the website of the U.S. National Archives. President Donald Trump signed an executive order making the release of about 80,000 pages possible. Much of it had already been read by grand juries and publicly disseminated in some way, but the president believed having these documents classified was not consistent with the public interest. In addition to the National Archives webpage, the files will soon be available on the White House's website. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Ukraine's president says he'll speak with President Trump today.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Russia of targeting hospitals in overnight attacks. This after Vladimir Putin agreed to stop firing on Ukrainian energy infrastructure for 30 days after a call with President Donald Trump. He didn't sign up to the U.S. proposal for a full 30-day ceasefire.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Two astronauts who'd been on the International Space Station for 9 months are in Houston for medical evaluations, getting their Earth legs back.
NASA's Commercial Crew Program Manager Steve Stitch reacting to Barry Butch Wilmore, Sonny Williams, and two teammates returning to Earth.
Post-landing, it was great to watch Nick, Sonny, Butch, and Alexander come out of Dragon and smile and wave as they came out of the vehicle.
Saying the operation went just as planned. Wilmore and Williams had been on the International Space Station since last June when their capsule was grounded over safety concerns. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
A federal judge in D.C. for now blocks enforcement of President Trump's executive order banning transgender troops. America's listening to Fox News.
Born on America's darkest day of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been helping America's heroes ever since. People who put their lives on the line for our country and our communities need your help now more than ever. Join Tunnel to Towers on its mission to do good in their honor. Never forget 9/11 or the sacrifices of this country's heroes and their families. Show your support. Donate $11 a month at t2t.org. That's T2T.org.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
At least 13 people are reported killed in Israeli airstrikes in Gaza overnight. Israel says it targeted a Hamas military group about to fire into Israel. Strikes resumed yesterday after a 2-month ceasefire with more than 400 deaths reported yesterday. Jesse Hoffman is Louisiana's first inmate executed with nitrogen gas, the first execution at all in that state since 2010. Hoffman got the death penalty for the abduction, rape, and murder of Molly Elliott in 1996 when he was 18 years old. Another state is set to use nitrogen gas in executions, a method first used by Alabama last year.
Arkansas becomes the 5th state to adopt the method. Arkansas hasn't conducted an execution in 8 years. The state previously used lethal injection drugs in carrying out executions, but the manufacturers oppose their use in putting inmates to death. Under the nitrogen gas method, the condemned person is deprived of the oxygen needed to stay alive. Opponents argue that's cruel and unusual punishment. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Changes to YouTube's gambling content policy going to effect today.
YouTube's new rules around online gaming content bans creators from directing viewers to unapproved gambling websites through links, images, text, logo, or verbal mentions. Another new change announced last month by the platform, restrictions for underage users. Online gambling content won't be viewable by users who are signed out or signed in and are under 18. There are two exceptions to the rule: in-person gambling and content focused on online sports betting. YouTube has previously pushed back against gambling-related content. In 2021, it banned gambling ads for its masthead slot. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Advancing to the field of 64 in the men's college basketball tournament in North Carolina after beating San Diego State 95-68. Alabama State beats St. Francis 70-68 on a last-second basket after a length of the court pass. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. An effort to amend the Tennessee Constitution to allow judges to deny bail to some criminal defendants continues to advance through the General Assembly. The state Senate has given final sign-off to add the amendment to the 2026 gubernatorial ballot for a full public vote. That amendment would give Tennessee judges the ability to deny pretrial bail release to defendants charged with certain serious crimes like terrorism, second-degree murder, and rape. Forest Hill liquidation is coming to Cookeville soon. The Upper Cumberland Business Journal reports that the liquidation store will open in the old Bargain Hunt building at 560 South Jefferson Avenue. After nearly 300 days in orbit, the astronauts who flew on Boeing's Starliner for its first crewed mission have returned home. Sunita Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore splashed down off the Florida coast Tuesday evening. The landing concluded a longer than expected mission for Williams and Wilmore, caused by technical issues that prevented them from returning on the Starliner. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:07.
And a high today close to 70 for us. We have 51, but it feels more like the low 40s because of that wind. It's going to be kind of breezy today, too.
Kind of breezy.
Yeah, breezy.
Today is certified Nurses Day. It's also National Chocolate Caramel Day and National Poultry Day. Who doesn't love a good chicken, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And go ahead and have a seat.
Are you with Ram?
I sure am.
Okay, good. I didn't know she could have just been some random person.
Yeah,
I was like,
we're like, we'll talk to her.
come on in.
She looks real sweet.
Yeah, it'll be fine. it'll be great. So it's 7:08. Who do we have here?
This is it Sarah?
Yep.
Bashara?
Bashara.
So I was close.
Close.
Yeah.
So Sarah, what is remote area medical clinic?
So the remote area medical clinic is something that tech students bring to Cookeville every year. It's a clinic that provides free medical, dental, and vision care to literally anybody who shows up. No identification required, no insurance required, nothing required. Just come as you are, and we're ready to serve.
It's so great because there's so many people that need this service, and then as students, you guys learn a lot too. Are you a student?
Yes.
So are you a senior?
I'm a senior, yes. I'll graduate in May.
That's what it is. Like, every time the remote area medical clinic happens, I love it because y'all have great representation, and then I don't see you the next year because it's somebody else that comes. It's like probably the seniors usually are in charge of getting that together, and
Yeah, a rotation of a junior senior team. We try to make sure to keep it balanced between juniors and seniors so that somebody is in training at all times to take it over the next year, because this is important to tech students and the community alike. And we want to make sure, it's been running for the past 10 years and we don't see an end in sight.
yeah, it's really great services. And there's people that wait all through the night to be seen.
All through the night, all through the year. The Upper Cumberland is one of the most scarce areas for healthcare in the state of Tennessee, which is like what
I didn't know that.
Yes, so that's what we found. Some people, they drive 2.5 hours just for a dentist appointment.
Oh my
just for
gosh.
a cleaning. And so first you have that distance
So
factor.
is it that there's no dentist in that community, or that there's
Or they don't have good health care.
right, or the insurance, or what is it that keeps them from that?
So my point is that it's all of the above. I mean,
Okay.
if it's not one thing, it's another.
Mhm.
So some people, they just can't make that 2-hour commute because it's not in their community, or they don't have insurance, or they're not, documented. It could be any combination or even just a singular reason that could keep people from seeing healthcare professionals. And a lot of times people don't go to the doctor until, something hurts.
Yeah, I know a few people like that.
And
You're speaking to him. Yeah, he's like that.
and that's a problem. That's a huge problem, because at that point, sometimes it's too late. So fear, and then in combination with any other reason, it's really hard to get people to go to the doctor. So what our mission is to take away as many barriers of entry as possible, to beg people to receive the care that they need. And especially in this region, sometimes it's the only care that they receive all year long. So that's why no end in sight. We're keeping on pushing forward.
And as far as the services, it's a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Yes.
What do you think people use the most? Like, what do people put off the most?
Without a doubt, it is dental.
Yeah.
Because if people do have insurance, it's like medical first, and then sometimes there's vision, but dental is oftentimes the one that's just like swept under the rug.
Yeah, dental hurts the worst too.
Dental hurts the worst. And so, I mean, for me, I'm like at Tech to eventually matriculate to dental school. And so for me personally, that is like, it just pulls on my heartstrings.
And there's so many other health problems that start with your teeth and gums that could really affect other parts of your health if they're not taken care of.
Exactly. And that's one of the biggest ones that's nobody thinks about until something hurts. And by that point, a lot of times it's like, nope, you got to pull the tooth.
Yeah, too late to save it.
Too late to save it. And that's not what we want. We don't want to have to just extract a tooth. The point is restorative care. We want to save the tooth. We want you to have your whole smile. But, if it gets to that point and that's the only thing that's left to do before it starts, like you said, causing those other health effects, that's what we got to do.
What made you want to get into dentistry? I mean, did what was it? I mean, did you always want to be that when you were like a little girl? Did you pretend to be a dentist, or when did that come about?
Well, I had a good dentist when I was a child, and so, I mean, and then I got braces. I had a great experience, and then I was like, okay, so my parents have given me 3 options: doctor, lawyer, engineer. Let's see which one is best. I liked science. I was like, okay, I was always pretty creative, so dentistry is like, the marriage of science and art. So I was really into that. So that's
plus, something else about dentists that I noticed, they're the only ones with a toy box.
Yeah, they all the dentists I went to had a toy box.
Yeah, you go to any other doctor, there's no toy box if you're good, but a lot of dentists have a toy box if you're good.
Because they don't want to give out lollipops. That hurts your teeth.
Right.
No, you're so right.
I used to love going to the, what do you mean? I still love going to the toy box.
Oh, yeah.
My dentist babies me because I'm a big baby.
Well,
he's afraid of the dentist.
Anything to get people to the dentist, I'll support it.
I mean, I even need a little,
Happy gas?
Happy gas.
Oh my goodness.
Get my teeth cleaned.
I've never had a cavity. I don't know.
Oh, little miss, I've never had a
I've
cavity.
never had a cavity, so, well.
Really?
I've never, ever. Scout's honor.
I figured
She
that
takes
was.
good care of her teeth.
Take good care.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we want to see more here in the Upper Cumberland.
I've never met anybody who hasn't had at least one cavity.
Well, here I am.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Lord have mercy.
That's a pretty good record right there.
Remote area medical clinic is coming to town. We'll get more details. We'll talk to Sarah more about that coming up here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement?
I wish I could retire.
Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Retire the Right Way, with Aaron Wright. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
It's the Upper Cumberland Home Builders Association 2025 Home and Garden Show, March 29th and 30th at DeMonico Winery and Vineyards. With local vendors, shopping, exhibits, giveaways, and more. Tickets are just $5. Don't miss the Upper Cumberland Home and Garden Show.
This is the best time to buy America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. Now is the time to buy a new Ford truck from Ford of Cookeville. You can get up to $15,000 off MSRP for a limited time during Ford Truck Month. All of our trucks are marked down to the best prices they'll have all year. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com.
Only two things in life are certain, death and taxes. Well, now there's a third certainty. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, you could be saving a fortune every single month if you switch to my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company called Pure Talk. Now, that's right, Pure Talk, my sponsor, is cutting the fat from the wireless industry. For just $25 a month, you can get unlimited talk and text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network, and the average family of 4 saving over $1,000 a year when they switch to Pure Talk. That's real money in your pocket for the exact same service. And with Pure Talk, you have U.S. customer service representatives. They'll make the switch simple, fast, and free and easy. To do it, dial pound 250, say the keyword save now to make the switch. Do it now. You save an additional 50% off your first month. Pound 250, keyword save now, and start saving today. Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
1077 and 1400 The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:18 now.
And we have from the remote area medical clinic in Tennessee Tech, it's Sarah Bashara. Bashara. I want to say Sarah Bashara. I want to make it rhyme. I'm sorry.
I know,
Bashara.
people, and you're not the only one. I get that all the time.
For us old people, it's because there's a Lisa in the Cult Jam song. This Casera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sarah.
So we
never heard that one.
We've been singing it all morning.
Oh, sure.
But with your name.
Right.
And
Sarah Bashara.
Yeah. So we shouldn't have.
However you want.
We shouldn't have brought up the Lisa and the Cult Jam.
Yeah, I didn't think she'd know that song.
Well, she doesn't. but I bet she'll Spotify it or something later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or YouTube it or whatever.
I gotta see what all the hype is about.
Yeah, you'll
Well,
like.
there's no hype really.
Oh,
It's just an old song that means Sheila can remember the lyrics to is all.
Oh, sure. Well.
But anyway, hey, it might be a good little jingle or something for your dental business.
Sure.
As you get older. Yeah, that could work out for you. Of course, we're talking about going through tech and graduating, and then you're moving on to the great University of Tennessee.
Their dental school, yes.
Being a volunteer.
Yes.
And at their dental school. What happens at dental school? I mean,
happens at dental
what do you learn? Like, because the whole time they tell you, don't put sharp objects in your mouth. And then the very first thing that dentists do is
put a
sharp object in your mouth.
I was about to say, I was like, well, we have to go through 4+ years of training after our undergraduate degrees to be the professionals with the Sharpie tools to put in people's mouths. So dental school is kind of like undergrad, where you go through 2 years of rigorous, didactic work. So we're learning, histology, anatomy, we're learning everything. And then the last 2 years, there's still some things that you need to learn, but it's a lot of clinical stuff and actual practicing. And every dental school is different. But UT, top choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with the remote area medical clinic, I know there'll be, dentists there and things like that. Do you assist them? Is that part of your learning?
So actually, the schools need remote area medical just like remote area medical needs the schools, because these students have a certain number of clinical hours that they need to complete on their own. So actually, UTHSC Dental will be at our clinic this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they always come out and support us. And for us tech students, it's like, oh my God, the celebrities, it's where we want to go. Like, hi, how are you? This is my name. We're shaking hands. And then it's real. The schools come and they write down our names. If we make a good enough impression, they remember us. And they're like, let me know when you're, at UT for your interview. And I'll make sure to take care of you when we're there. So this RAM clinic is just seriously a just central part of the community, because it's helping out obviously the community for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But also tech students, because we're making those connections and that's changing our lives.
It sounds like you're networking, with your jobs. Then you're working hands-on with the patients. Yes. So you're learning a lot and meeting some folks from around other schools that you might be able to to be in there with learning more.
There are no other schools. University of Tennessee.
Right. Well, actually, the other schools that come, like Buffalo in New York, Buffalo Dental from New York comes out every single year, and they bring students for us. And then also Nova this year, for the first time in a while, from Florida, flies all the way up here from Florida. So,
well, I knew it was a big deal, but I didn't know all these other schools help with bringing
I didn't know that either.
Interns or helpers and volunteers. So, and they have to get their hours in too. So that's what they're doing by traveling.
So it's a mutualistic kind of relationship. We help them, they help us. But then it's also local healthcare providers that donate their time to come in and help.
It takes a lot to get all of this scheduled and everybody together and working like a well-oiled machine.
The planning for the clinic never, ever stops.
Yeah.
So the clinic will happen this weekend. Oh, my God, crazy. But it's seriously been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We sign every single year by June we sign that contract with Remote Area Medical and Cookeville High School. Shout out Cookeville High School for letting us have it there every single year. We sign that contract that's we are doing this, it's going to happen. And that's a bond. You can't just undo that. So that tiny little break is just brainstorming. So the planning never stops for this clinic.
So now, how long have you been involved with it? Because I know every year there's some turnover. I mean, you graduate, you move on, you do the thing. But does it turn over to somebody else every year then? And if it does, do you still want to stay involved with this as time goes on? Like when you're a big time celebrity dentist yourself.
Right.
Are you going to come back and do remote area medical clinic as a volunteer.
I mean, that was a huge part of my personal statement. So when tech students are first like go into these preview events for tech, we're telling them about the remote area medical clinic and how they should be involved, because it's huge for tech students to be involved with it for their matriculation onto professional school. So I've been involved with it since I was a freshman.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, not as a leader, but we have a host group of students that help go out into the community, ask local places to donate meals or money or promotional spots. Thank you, you guys, to, help us out. And then eventually it gets to a point where the old leadership is like, hey, you've really stuck out to us. Do you want to come on and be a leader? So we have 3 areas of leaders where it's hospitality, the people who get the food in the hotels, recruitment, the people who ask the doctors for their time, and promotions. So the people that are like putting flyers out and like getting events for us to actually work. And then there's groups that people don't join, which is the parking lot and the fundraising. So huge affair, huge team of people that we've got helping us. And then for me personally, I mean, I come from Laverne, Tennessee, which is not a very, affluent area of Tennessee. So I've seen it firsthand, is people don't have access to care for whatever reason. And that breaks my heart. I don't think that's the way that it should be. So a mission like this is exactly what I wanted to be involved with. So when I got to tech, I was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. I want to get involved with this. And then now here I am leading it. And it makes me really sad to leave Cookeville, but something inside of me just like, it just works that whenever I'm at dental school, one day, like 2-3 years from now, I'm going to come back to Cookeville, but this time be on the other side of it. And I think that's beautiful.
With tech being such a huge, massive and great nursing program as well, I imagine that this is also very beneficial to some of those people who are going through nursing school, because tech has become a place now where you start thinking about healthcare professionals coming from, where back in the day it was just pretty much engineering and maybe teaching.
Yeah.
But healthcare has really started to boom at tech.
It's a family affair for sure. The nursing program comes every year and they do at least triage for us. This year, actually, a program through our nursing school is providing vaccines at the clinic.
Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, and that's just something that people won't think about on their own. They're like, well, if I have to pay for it and if I have to actually go out and do it. But at the RAM clinic, it's like one-stop shop. You've got vision, dental, and medical. Like women can get pap smears, and just, hey, while you're at it, come get your vaccine, get your flu shot.
I mean, you're there. You might as well.
You're there, and
might as well get it all done. Yeah.
Right.
Well, even with people getting seeing an eye doctor doing the vision, they've got glasses on site too.
On site, you'll get them the same day.
It's crazy how all that works and how beautiful it's set up.
Yeah, and it's something that is good for tech students, but it's also like these people's lives are changed in just one day.
Yeah.
So, and without it, I just don't know where tech students or the community would be.
I mean, they've been going through so much pain, a lot of them, and then to be able to get that relief, and I'm sure that makes it easier to work if you're in high school or middle school or school period. That makes it a whole lot easier to pay attention at school if you're not in pain. What a great impact it has on the community as well, to be able to get that service. Now, had you heard about this before you got to tech? Have you because it's been going on for quite some time.
Right, yeah. And so before I got to tech, I heard about it at the preview events, but I had never heard about it myself. like from my hometown. I've heard of like similar missions like it where they would bring some kind of healthcare professionals to schools for in like underprivileged areas in Title I schools, but I had never heard about it. So, but I think that, you know, that's my mission here is to get the word out and let as many people know as possible.
Sarah
Bashara.
almost said Sarah Casera because of the stupid song.
Whatever you need to do.
Here with us, we're talking about the remote area medical clinic. Sarah, give us the details on the who, what, when, and where real quick.
All right, so this Friday night, people are going to start lining up for our big clinic.
It's a party.
Yeah.
Do they get numbers or they have their name put in? Or
So they'll line up in the parking lot, and our parking lot team will be there overnight, where people always line up, numbering them off. For the kind of treatment they want to receive and everything like that. For our big clinic on Saturday, free vision, dental, and medical care for anybody who shows up. No identification required, no insurance required. Come as you are. We're here ready to serve the Upper Cumberland region.
So you're saying that if you for sure want to get seen, you need to show up Friday night.
People always do. So if you for sure, it's first come, first serve.
All right.
So people will line up and they will park in this the big parking lot at Cookeville High School. There will be people directing for the patients to park in patient parking, and they'll line up and they'll oftentimes wait overnight. People start showing up at about 5 p.m. and our parking lot staff will be there and wait overnight, number them off, make sure everything's going good. And then we'll have our big clinic on Saturday. We'll start triage at 6 a.m. That's when patients start entering the building.
Triage sounds,
like
bad.
It's an emergency.
Yeah, like it's an emergency.
Right. So that just means that we need to screen basically what do you need done today, what are you looking to see, like how far did you travel. No insurance or actual identification is ever collected, but the RAM clinic does like to keep up with statistics like, oh, where how far did you drive today to see us,
and what services you need, and
how did you hear about us, and what services do you need, so that we can kind of get them prepared. And health history. So if they have some kind of prior history that the doctors need to know about before they start treatment on them, that's really important to catch before they would use any kind of local anesthetic or anything like that.
So Friday night, if this is something that you or maybe have a neighbor or somebody who lives out in one of the other counties that need this service, let them know to get lined up Friday. And then they open up for triage, which is paperwork, we'll say, at 7 a.m. 6 a.m. And then they'll get you rolling through there. What a great service, and thank you for doing it, and good luck on becoming a dentist.
Sure.
And don't be a mean one.
Oh, no. But hey, and if you miss it on Saturday, there's another one on Sunday. This is a 2-day affair.
Okay.
So then people also line up on Saturday night to come to our Sunday clinic. Yes. So it's a 2-day affair. So
she changed the subject pretty quick on if she's going to be a nice dentist, because some dentists,
she's going to be nice.
Some dentists are sadists.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm going to be an angel, tooth fairy type deal.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. It's 7:32. Sarah, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank
you. And we just put Sarah on the fly.
No, she's so lovely.
She's supposed to be here 7:30 to 8 guests. Like, oh, come on in. Yeah.
She just said, oh, okay, and just started. You were a great representation of RAM.
Absolutely, for sure. Y'all hang out with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee. where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. An effort to amend the Tennessee Constitution to allow judges to deny bail to some criminal defendants continues to advance through the General Assembly. The state Senate has given final sign-off to add the amendment to the 2026 gubernatorial ballot for a full public vote. The amendment would give Tennessee judges the ability to deny pretrial bail release to defendants charged with certain serious crimes like terrorism, second-degree murder, and rape. After nearly 300 days in orbit, the astronauts who flew on Boeing's Starliner for its first crewed mission have returned home. Sunita Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore splashed down off the Florida coast Tuesday evening in a SpaceX Dragon capsule. The landing concluded a longer-than-expected mission for Williams and Wilmore, caused by technical issues that prevented them from returning on the Starliner. Wilmore is a Tennessee Tech alumnus. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. Upperman basketball sophomore Ty Cobb was named the 3A Mr. Basketball Award winner last night at MTSU. Cobb won the award over Cade Capps from Stone Memorial and Trey Thompson from Greenville. Jacob Amonette finished as runner-up for Mr. Basketball in the 1A classification from Pickett County High School. The NCAA tournament first 4 games got underway last night with Alabama State winning their first ever tourney game in the final seconds, beating St. Francis 70-68. North Carolina blew out San Diego State in the second game. Alabama State will play Auburn while UNC moves on to play Ole Miss. The Indiana Hoosiers named their new head coach yesterday. Former Drake headman and West Virginia coach this past year, Darian DeVries, will take over the program in Bloomington. Mike Woodson announced he was retiring from coaching earlier this year. DeVries went 19-13 this past season with West Virginia and were controversially left out of the NCAA tournament. Join us today for a high school basketball broadcast as the Pickett County Bobcats take on Hillcrest in the 1A state quarterfinals in Murfreesboro. Our coverage will get started around 12:35 with tip-off scheduled for 12:45 at the Glass House with myself, Casey Bolden, and Jack Bolden on the call. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
Metro Nashville police looking for the suspect who shot at a man while he was carrying his young daughters. This incident began when the man and victim began arguing over a fender bender outside a Mexican restaurant on Nolensville Pike last month. When the victim tried to go inside with the 7-year-old girls, the other man pulled out a gun and shot him in the hip. Investigators are asking anyone with information to contact the Metro Nashville Police Department. A DeSoto County deputy honored for stopping a wrong-way driver earlier this month. Deputy Brian Brock placed his vehicle in the path of Tracy Bolton, who was driving the wrong way on I-269 and barely missed striking several vehicles. Deputy Brock suffered minor injuries, and Bolton was arrested for fleeing law enforcement. The deputy was given the resolution of respect for his selfless actions. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
So you take the mouse and click over there, and then you can choose someone you want to call.
My niece. I click here?
Uh-huh.
This is Louisa. Recently, she got help going online to chat with her family back home.
Okay, so then you want to hit that green button.
This is her first time on the internet and her first time seeing her niece in 5 years. Louisa doesn't know what to expect.
You look so pretty.
But this is definitely way beyond.
Oh my gosh.
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. That's 1-855-387-9166.
Oh, I've missed you. Oh, me too.
Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
A man wanted by not only Gallatin Police, but the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is now in custody. Little Paige Drake III was wanted for killing Lisa Drake. Chattanooga police looking for more possible victims after a masseur allegedly caught secretly recording clients. Kenneth Spears worked at a Massage Envy location at the time of the incident earlier this year. A woman says she found a hidden phone that was recording her getting dressed and undressed. So far, Spears isn't facing criminal charges, but police want anyone who thinks they might be a victim to come forward. The Tennessee Senate voting for a state constitutional amendment that would deny bond for suspects accused of certain crimes. Senate Joint Resolution 25 2025 will leave it up to judges when it comes to violent crimes other than murder. The Tennessee District Attorney General's Conference calls it the single most important criminal justice bill in more than a decade. It next goes to the House, then voters get to decide on it in 2026. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. A wind advisory is in effect for today. Temperatures will be warm with highs this afternoon climbing into the lower 70s under a partly sunny sky. Showers and storms will move through this evening. The threat of severe weather is low, but we could see some gusty winds.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you. Live in the Willow Window studio. Be sure to check out willowwindow.pro. They've got all about their summer space on there, and it's really something you should go ahead and get an appointment with one of their great salespeople here and get them to come out and give you an estimate on what it would take to turn your backyard or your patio or deck into exactly what you want. They got several different options for you to choose from, and they're just good people here at Willow.
So knowledgeable and not real pushy either. You know, they'll talk with you about it. And
well, they want it done the right way
Right.
and in a way
Want
that
you
you
to be
like
happy.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And again, that's willowwindow.pro. Willow Window Summer Space, just another service that Willow Window's offering. You know, started with windows, then doors, then garage doors, the custom window treatments.
yeah.
And now they're helping you design your outdoor space.
And free estimates too, so don't forget that.
It's 7:40 now.
Coming up tomorrow, we'll have the folks from Walk Like Mad, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. We'll have Norris and Aileen Skelly. They've won several awards for their help that they've done in the Upper Cumberland. And the walk is coming up really soon too, so we'll talk to them tomorrow. Then at 7:30, Standing Stone State Park, we've got 2 or 3 of the Rangers coming in to talk
Great.
to us.
I love Standing Stone.
They're great, and it's a beautiful place. I know they've had we've all had a lot of rain lately, and the park was the dam was just bursting almost,
Right,
you know.
yeah.
And now the water's gone down a little
They
bit.
have a
but
lot of really cool programs
they
there.
do.
Can't wait
We'll
to
find out more about that tomorrow at 7:30.
Online people on X and stuff, they've been talking about TV shows that your parents didn't let you watch growing up.
Yeah. Thinking TV shows, I don't remember a lot.
Laundry List. I wasn't allowed to watch.
I guess they didn't even talk about them. You know, it's like I watched Little House, The Waltons, all that good family stuff.
Yeah, I watched all that too, but like some of the other stuff, you know, like my mom did not like me watching anything on MTV. Like nothing.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. Scantily clad.
There was some bad stuff on MTV apparently. She didn't think she thought Married with Children was a awful show.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, but looking back, she let me watch The Cosby Show.
But it wasn't as bad.
But she didn't let me watch Married with Children. But come to find out, Ed O'Neill was a whole lot better person than Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Who knew at the time?
So I was right. Mama was wrong.
Oh, Mom's never hardly wrong.
She was wrong.
I tell you what else. My dad hated the show Roseanne. He just didn't want to watch
My mom
it.
didn't like that either.
He said filthy talking.
That's what my mom said. That's filthy talk.
We're kin.
And so
to be.
there was a lot that I couldn't watch, and I'd have to sneak and watch it.
You snuck and watched MTV. Is that what you decided to watch?
Sure did, yeah.
All the bikini-clad girls.
Yeah, especially
because you were a teenage boy.
Spring break time was a great time to be watching MTV.
If you heard your mama coming, you're like, turn it back on the Waltons.
Yeah.
Quick.
Right. And, that's right, John Boy. I tell you what.
That John Boy's great, Mom.
You go write that novel, John Boy.
And then your mom would go, what was it I heard John Boy singing? One of those Crazy Songs from Spring Break.
It's a good Christian song, Mama, about working hard.
Oh, that's right. He's the one that would take his Amy Grant cassette tapes, and you would put who else in there, like Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Amy Grant and Stryper, because
Yeah.
they were a Christian band.
Patty Smythe or Smith or whatever her name was.
With Scandal.
I don't know.
Patty Smith.
Whoever that Patty lady was.
Patty Smith. There is a Patty Smith too.
She got the Def Leppard treatment. Whatever that was.
White Snake, Tawny Katan on that car. Your mama wouldn't let you
Yeah.
watch that video for sure.
Some of the answers that were on the internet. The Simpsons. You weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons.
I could watch that one. My dad kind of liked that.
Yeah, that's a good show.
He said that old Bart.
Little Bart. Let's see here. Power Rangers because they were demons, and Pokemon because they were little demons, and Harry Potter because they were witches and demons.
Witches and demons. That's good.
Now, my mom started off letting me watch The Three Stooges.
Yep. And you messed it up.
Until one day she heard the drill going. And she come running into where I was, and there I was with the drill, about to drill a hole in my head.
How old were you then? Probably about 3 or 4.
Yeah, something like that. And
Well, I saw the Three Stooges do it, Mama.
that was my thing. Curly did it.
And she's like, "No more Three Stooges for you."
No more Three Stooges for me.
Oh, I bet you drove your mama crazy.
And then somebody said, all daytime soap operas. We're a theater family, so my father couldn't stomach the awful acting.
I can see that.
And this is my grandmother forbade me from watching men's ice skating.
Because of their skimpy uniforms?
I guess. Like women is fine. But men ice skating, that's
hilarious.
That's where you go wrong right there. It's 7:45. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. One of our clients said something interesting about why he chose us. He said the financial advisor he had worked with up to this point in his life wasn't the one to get him through retirement. Is that you? You've made it this far, but you recognize you don't get a do-over when you're actually in retirement. It's not too late to feel confident about your financial future. The first step is easy. Set up a phone consultation or in-person meeting with any of our offices by calling us at 615-851-1950 or just go to paulwinkler.com.
And now located in Cookeville.
You enjoy the thrill of gambling, but what happens when it becomes a problem? Whether you want to cut back or quit gambling altogether, the Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling for over 2 decades. We're here to help, not to judge. The Gambling Clinic is a Tennessee-based clinic offering in-person and telehealth support to help people win back their life. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Cookeville Regional Charitable Foundation provides programs and services for patients in need in our Upper Cumberland community. Learn more at cookvilleregionalcharity.org. Our foundation is compassionate care. Your gift helps us heal.
If you have automotive needs, Dependable Auto Sales and Service along with Colonial Automotive would love to help you. Whether it's towing or service, body shop needs, are you ready for a new car? We have everything you need, including the financing, including the warranties. It doesn't matter what it is, DAS is on your side. Please come see us at 1575 Interstate Drive right here in Cookeville, 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-7355, 24/7 at dasautosales.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacin capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance is the largest nonprofit dedicated to ending colon and rectal cancers.
The Alliance has access to the latest trials and treatments. You need the Alliance on your side.
Go to the Alliance. Go to colorectalcancer.org.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:48 now.
I love this studio so much.
Yeah.
It's like beautifully designed. And of course, we're at Willow Window in their showroom. Brittany Norris designed the aesthetics and the look.
The whole
because
thing.
She's like so talented. So we thank Jonathan and Brittany both.
Absolutely. Of course, you can watch every morning on YouTube, on Facebook, channel 192 on Twin Lakes TV, on most Spectrum boxes.
Not every one of them, though.
I kind of gotta love-hate with Spectrum.
I get
like,
it.
I love them because their channel's on there, but I get mad at them sometimes when they leave us off.
Yeah, why do you leave us off, Spectrum?
And
we
they
love y'all.
And they won't take my word for it.
They've got to have other people telling them.
Right. Well, I'm not a subscriber, so they only care about their subscribers.
Maybe I better do some talking to them.
Are you a Spectrum girl?
I'm a Spectrum girl.
Oh,
And let me just tell you something. Should I not be?
I'd switch to Twin Lakes if you could.
Spectrum, did you hear that? He's trying to convince me.
But we're on channel 192 there. Or the best place is the Hub Plus app.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best place to get us. If you have Roku, just search Hub Space Plus. And then you can watch us live every morning. Also, the Randy Porter Show, Cookeville Lifestyles Magazine Show. And we're adding shows.
We're adding it like a crazy person.
Had a lot of great high school sports. Someone asked if we were going to start airing baseball, and I think we probably will. So stick around as we announce more coming up with that. And also an on-demand. And we just added a couple of weeks ago when we added Anthony Taylor, Upper Cumberland Weather, his live channel on the Hub Plus app as well. So like the other night when all the storms were coming through, I had it rolling there on channel. I was watching through the app. I was watching it through the Hub Plus app and being able to watch that and keep the family informed. And
He does such a good job covering this area.
it was so funny. I guess he had his dog there too. And so the dog got on set and he's like, hang on a second, let me take care of this dog.
I love it. He's a real family guy, you know?
You don't get that on Channel 5.
Got his little daughter and his wife and then his dog.
Yeah.
You can't help but love Anthony.
Yeah. So we're lucky to be involved with him and Upper Cumberland Weather and Upper Cumberland Reporter. Such great partners we have here at all the Cookeville communication stations. In Florida, a guy in a bar, he got upset, started waving a gun around, fired off a round because the karaoke machine wasn't working.
You know, when you are in the mood to karaoke and they unplug it because you suck singing, it's happened to me. And
it has not, for
it has
real.
Too.
You are not being for real.
I am being for real. It was a little tiny thing, but it was me and another girl. And I think it was more her.
I've heard you sing a little bit. You're not terrible.
I think that she didn't harmonize well with me, and she was picking out more raunchy songs.
Said the Judds. Y'all were the duds.
I think I may have sung a little Why Not Me.
That's a good one to sing. But, I mean, he must have really been into it. there are those people that are super into karaoke, though.
You know, I just want to have fun.
Yeah, that's me.
I know I can't sing great.
Right. Well, I've met some people who were like super into it, like when you've gone out before, and like I've never gone out to karaoke. You know, hey, let's go karaoke, but been out and there was karaoke going on, and then you'd be like, well, that's what's going on. I guess I'll do it. Kind of playing trivia.
Yeah.
Like I've shown up, not meaning to play trivia, but then play trivia, but done the same thing with karaoke. Very few songs am I a good karaokeer.
Well, I think, let's see. She may have had a little bit too much to drink. That may have been why. And then when they chose Love Shack, they didn't want her to sing it.
Oh, well, Love Shack's my go-to.
I mean, it's a great, fun song.
Well, the guy portion in that song.
If you see a painted
If you see a painted sign on the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love Shack. Okay.
So we could do that.
I would love it.
Yeah.
And then I hope I wouldn't get you unplugged.
So that's my go-to. I also don't mind doing a rap song.
What rap song can you do?
Oh.
Jason?
You put some Nelly on, some country grammar.
That's hip hop.
That's rap.
Somewhat.
I can do that. And
You do Eminem?
no, he goes too fast.
He goes real fast.
But I can do some old school Snoop.
Snoop.
I can.
He's fun.
And so, those are my go-tos when it comes to karaoke. But I'm going to shoot anybody over it. This happened in Los Angeles. A lady, she crashed into a house. Now, Sheila and I both have crashed into house stories, which is weird. Somebody crashed into my grandparents' house on Spring Street. Went right over the front porch and into the fancy living room where the piano and the plastic covered couches were.
Oh, the fancy one where people don't go in.
Luckily, because what if everybody had been sitting in there?
Ooh, that'd been too bad.
So that happened. And then I know you had somebody.
Well, it was me. I didn't crash into it. It was me at 3 or 4 years old. I was standing on the end of my parents' porch, and the road goes right down in front of it, but it was like a steep hill, and the Martha White truck's brakes, it stopped working, so he couldn't take that hill and the curve, and went right to where I was standing in that front.
So it wasn't you who crashed into the house?
No, I was just 3 or 4, and my pa, thank God, grabbed me up and started running with me, and I thought, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Because I didn't even see that. And then my granny was going, get the baby, and I'm thinking, I'm 3 or 4, I ain't a baby.
Right.
I'm all grown. But thank goodness, because I'd have still just been standing there and probably been hit.
You wouldn't have thought to run?
I didn't see it. I was playing with my Barbie dolls. I was all in, man. When I'm playing, I'm concentrating.
My grandparents' house made front page of the Herald Citizen. But
I made front page of the Herald Citizen. The 3-year-old granddaughter was thankfully safe.
You didn't even live here. Herald Citizen.
Did I say Herald? I meant newspaper. It was the Times Gazette in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Because they lived just out on the outskirts of Shelbyville. Their front porch, destroyed. But not me. I survived.
Well, this person, it was a silver 4-door car. It plowed through the front yard and then slammed into the side of a home in Florence Firestone area of Los Angeles. Of course, left a big hole in the wall. But when everything kind of settled down, she asked if she could use the bathroom. Which I imagine she needed to do after that.
Sure she did.
Because if it had been me, first I would have said it, then I needed to done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very scary.
But that's pretty funny that her first thought was, where's your bathroom? I'm going to need it right now.
I'm going to need it.
There was a small gas leak they said they could smell. They could have been just her.
That could have been because that's why she needed to go to the bathroom. What? I'm sorry. Good morning.
Sheila. So nasty.
I wasn't trying to be.
Well, they let her go to the bath. So the cops got there, and the cops let her go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she got out, they cuffed her and took her to the jailhouse.
Where there was another gas leak.
You gotta be so immature for
You're the one that started it.
I'm telling you about this accident.
I don't know. You're a bad influence. It's all because of Jason.
Why? I didn't do anything.
I was raised right. Remember, my parents didn't like Roseanne because she was awful.
Neither did mine. I guess it took more for me than you.
Whoops. Oh, you're going to get me in trouble.
You know, it may have been you grew up a little too close to the Jack Daniels distillery.
Well, that could be it. Remember, they took us on a tour in 4th grade.
Yeah.
All that sour mash, it may have went to my little forming brain.
I think that's what happens. That's what I think. Now we finally gotten to the bottom of things.
Told you that before.
Right, but I never really put it together.
It never took.
It never took.
Because you ignore me half the time. And then you're like, what's wrong with her?
Then now we figured it out.
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniel vapors.
Yeah. It's a dry county, though.
Yeah, well, the vapors, though.
The vapors. You could smell that just at school taking a test. It would be in the air.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. We really do appreciate it.
It's been fun, Jason.
Yeah. Tomorrow, who are the guests again?
We've got Walk Like Mad, Norris and Aileen Scaly. Then Skelly. Sorry about that. And then from Standing Stone State Park, we have the Rangers.
All right, that's all tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville, live here in the Willow Window Studio. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good Morning Cookeville, W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.